Okay, hi all, welcome to Diversified Finance. My name is Lakal. So today, this is the midweek Bitcoin and altcoins Zoom session. So every Sundays around 8 o'clock, we go through all the markets, traditional markets, gold and silver, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and Bitcoin and crypto, other altcoins. But on Wednesdays, we're just going to have a look at only Bitcoin price action and altcoins. So let me just share. Before I start, so none of this is like financial advice. So I'm not your financial advisor, so you don't need to invest anything just because I say so. So please do your due diligence and make sure it's the right investment for you. Okay, so let's quickly go to charts. Okay, so as I mentioned last Sunday, right? I mean, I don't think this bull cycle is still over. So we've been discussing diminishing returns and lengthening cycles. So meaning people are getting smarter and smarter. So for example, if you look at the time frame right now, let's say 2021, there are people who have been buying and selling, investing in Bitcoins since 2012, 13, 17, likewise. So these people have gone through like full bull and bear markets. So what they normally do, they know the pain, like holding up a lot of Bitcoin and altcoins, especially when the market has gone up so much. They know if they're not going to sell, if it goes into a bear market, they have to go through so much of pain and they have to hold their bags for a long time. So what normally happens when the market matures, they tend to take profit a lot earlier. So that's what we're seeing. Probably when it hit like 65, a lot of people, a lot of whales, a lot of people who got into Bitcoin long time ago, they actually cash out, like took their profit and gone out, take the money out of the market. So that's why we've seen like a bigger correction. Plus, that is another reason why we haven't seen like a parabolic top, something similar to what we've seen in 2017. In 2017, I remember in December 2017, Bitcoin went up like $1,000 a day for about like a week or like for probably like for a week or two. It went up like from 15 to 20K within like 5 days or so. But we haven't seen that kind of parabolic top. Rather, we've seen like like a rounding top. It tells us that a lot of people are taking profit out a lot earlier, right? Because they don't want to see this, it goes into like a parabolic pump. And if they're expecting a lot higher prices, if they're not going to sell, then they have to hold their bags for like a bigger bear market. So they don't want to see that. That's why I've seen, I mean, I think the market has done something similar to what we're seeing right now, because we haven't seen something like that in 2017. And yeah, so because of that, due to that reason, that's why the returns are, we are seeing diminishing returns, right? Back in the day in 2013 or before that, market used to be very volatile, like a lot volatile compared to now. We would probably see 100 to 300% gains, like within few months, and then 80 to 90% correction along the way. But right now the corrections are not so deep, like we've probably seen like 40-50% corrections. We haven't seen a 90% correction, like for 2021. Plus diminishing returns, so meaning the returns, like you won't be able to buy Bitcoin for $1,000, 500, $100 anymore, right? Because you never gonna be able to, I mean, I don't think I would be able to buy it for that price anymore. So to move the market a lot higher, we need more money. So that's why we've seen, like specifically for Bitcoin, if you want to make 10x from Bitcoin, you have to buy and hold it for long term. That's why we see people go for a lot smaller cap altcoins. Yeah, so diminishing return and lengthening cycle. So because people take profit too early, right, the cycle tend to lengthen a bit compared to last cycle. So that's why I believe this cycle is not over. We still have another pump to come. Yeah, I know right now things are not looking good. People are worried, but probably first to second quarter next year, I'm expecting Bitcoin to go a lot higher, especially Ethereum as well. So let's quickly look at the daily chart. And one more thing, like remember, like in July, August, September, right? When the Bitcoin price went a lot higher, up to like 70K due to ETF news, right? We've seen extreme greed, like, for months, for 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, we've seen extreme greed. Either it's greed or extreme greed. Like, and then if you look at the extreme greed indicator, it used to be around 70, 60, likewise. So that's just like a one extreme of the markets, right? Any market is like that. I mean, it doesn't do anything else. It's just move up and down within those two extremes, right? Extreme. So either it's like extremely bullish, or extreme, or there's extreme, you'll see extreme greed or greed levels, or the other end is like, fear and extreme fear. So right now, this is just the other end of the market. So there's nothing special for me. This is just like something normal. So I'm not worried. As I mentioned earlier, I'll just keep on buying when the market is down. Specifically, we can use this crypto fear and greed index. This is like a lagging indicator, but it's a very useful indicator. I know, like every time, if you see price action for today, like, it'll be updated like the next day. So it takes like 24 hours to get updated. But this is a very useful indicator. Look at it, like it's been down around like 20. I've seen it went down to like 16. Now it's somewhere near 25 to 15, 28, 30 level. So we've seen a lot of fear in the market right now. So for me, this is a great opportunity. I look at it as a very good opportunity for me to add more Bitcoin, specifically like 30 to 40%. Like I add more Bitcoin to my portfolio. Another 20 to 30% more Ethereum into my portfolio. And whenever I see altcoins, like, goes down a lot, some altcoins, like sometimes they go down a lot, I just accumulate altcoins at the same time. So for me, this is a very good opportunity. That's how I see it. So this, as you can see here, this is a bigger, like, let's say this is just like a fake out, right? It looked as if it's going to go a lot higher, came back down to retest, but breakthrough, it got back inside this triangle. This is an ascending triangle, which is a bullish triangle. So this is the daily chart. So this is a pretty long-term chart. So normally, let's say the touch point here it's around 65. Let me just check. Yeah, around 65. Let's just draw a line there, because this is just a fake out, right? Sometimes market does that. It looks as if it's going to go a lot higher and then make a lot of people buy into it, expecting a lot higher prices. And how can we forget like 100K in December? It doesn't look like it's happening, but it doesn't mean it will never happen, right? We just need to buy and hold, and we need to patiently wait, like, for a quarter or two, right? Maybe mid 2022, we'll see a lot higher prices. That's what I expect. So this is a great opportunity for me to accumulate for long term. So whatever I'm buying right now, I mean, if the market goes down a lot lower tomorrow, I'm not worried. I'll just keep on accumulating whenever I can. But make sure, like, when you DCA, you can't go all in. You always, let's say you have $1,000, right? When you DCA, you just take 10 to 20% of your money and accumulate Bitcoin, Ethereum, or altcoins, large cap for long term. But it doesn't mean you just because it's a crash, you just go all in, and then if it goes down further, you don't have any firepower. So that's why it's always take a portion of your money that you plan to invest, DCA with that money. So if the market goes down, you have more money to get back in. So this is, let's say it's a long-term triangle. Let's say this is the touch point right here from, so I can draw a line like that. There's a touch point right here. So normally these kind of patterns tend to break out. It won't go all the way to this, line where it just cross over. We won't go all the way to this point. Rather, like 70 to 75% in this range, it tend to break out. So if we expect, I mean, this is the bullish triangle, so there's 70% chance this will break out towards upside, right? So if that's the case, I would say probably in February or March, April, it needs more time. So what I'm thinking right now, who knows, maybe it could come back to retest this line right here and probably go back up there. So 1, 2, 3, and then come back down probably to the midpoint. So we can draw a midpoint like that. That's the midpoint. So it could drop a little bit lower. I mean, but the thing is, okay, let's go, okay, let's look at the bullish scenario. So the bullish scenario is it comes back down to this level, it bounce back up, go back here, get rejected, and then probably break out like that, and then come back to retest, and then go a lot higher. This is something we could expect. So so for us to see a breakout, it needs to consolidate at least for maybe a month or two, unless something unexpected happens, like, you know, this, let's say there's a lot of bullish news coming out from Federal Reserve or central banks, then we might see a breakout a lot sooner. Other than that, we need at least a couple of months. Maybe looking at the price right now, even in January, we might not see much of a rally, but let's not forget that normally during this Christmas season, there's a tendency, they call it a Santa Claus rally, right? So we might see a Santa Claus rally. If that happens, we might see it breaks out a lot quicker, like, you know, and they probably go about 70,000, about 69,000. But it's not for sure, right? But looking at right now, it needs a little bit of consolidation. Like, you know, but what we're seeing right now is not too bad. For example, when it dropped to 30K, right? This is the daily chart. So from here, around, say, July to about October 20th. So July, August, September. Yeah, so about, I would say 10 weeks, it consolidated for like 10 weeks. So let's say if we measure 10 weeks from here, no, actually, no, I think yeah, let's take it from here. This is the drop, 50% drop. From there to here, consolidation, it's about 64 bars. So 2 months, right? So if we're gonna expect the same from here, 60 would be around Feb. So it looks as if we need to see consolidation for the month of December and for the month of January as well, right? So I mean, if it's, I mean, it's not a guarantee that same thing will pan out the exact same way when it drops from 60,000 to 30K. It might be completely different. It could consolidate only for like few weeks and will probably break out, or it might consolidate even longer until maybe end of February. But things Q1, Q2, I have a feeling this might break out and then go break out above 70K and go a lot higher. So that's the bullish scenario. The bearish scenario is it comes back here. So let's say I change the color. Let me change the color. Oh, no, it's okay. Let's say the bearish scenario would be it comes back down there, go back up to 65, and it comes back down, break the midpoint, and then break below this line, and then come back up to retest and fails, and then go lower. So then if it goes below 40K, yeah, then we might go into like a bigger bear market, like, you know, maybe multi-year bear market. So I'm probably giving maybe 20 to 30% that it could happen, but I'm a lot bullish. I'm as I mentioned earlier, I don't think the cycle has finished. So we probably have another pump where we see like Bitcoin will probably go above 69K and then go a lot higher. So these are the two scenarios, but I'm expecting, that's why I'm DCing. I'm DCing for a reason. If I believe the market is going in a bear market, if I believe this bull market is over, I'm not going to DCA. So this is a great opportunity for someone to buy. Like when Bitcoin went up to 69,000, people are complaining, I wish I bought it at 50,000. I wish I bought it at 45, 46. See, right now it has come down to those levels, right? So this is the perfect time to DCA. For long term, so whatever you buy right now, it's for long term. Like we're going to buy and hold it for like 12 months, right? And see what happens. If it goes up in the coming 6 months, we just sell, DCA, sell and take some profit and get out of the market. So this is what I believe that would happen in the coming few months, 3 to 6 months or so. We need to consolidate maybe for another few weeks. It could be 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, or it could be like a couple of months since we had this bigger drop. But we need to, Bitcoin has to stay above 40,000. If it drops below 40,000, the market structure will be completely broken, and then either we might go into a multi-year bear market, or we need to consolidate maybe like 6 months or maybe a year or so for it to get back up above these levels. So this is the update on Bitcoin so far. So we can have a look at the Ethereum chart as well. So compared to Bitcoin, Ethereum has been doing really well, but I can't remember seeing like Ethereum just going up like 60, 50, 60%, while Bitcoin is going down. I've never seen that before. So it's all about Bitcoin is the gold market. So every altcoin follows the Bitcoin price action. So if you see Bitcoin is going down like near the bull market support band or below the bull market support band, it's hard to believe like Ethereum will just outperform Bitcoin while Bitcoin is going down. And let's quickly go back to Bitcoin price chart. So let's look at the 200-day moving average. Yeah, so it's holding up. This could be something good. Like it's holding up really well. It's on top of the 200-day moving average, which is it's like a bull market support band. So we want to see it's not going to break below this level. If it breaks below this level, then it's an indication like maybe the things are not looking good. So people might get that kind of indication. Like all these lines like made up by people, right? So when it goes below 200K, people might think people won't feel confident like to invest into this kind of asset class. It's same for other assets as well. When it is below 200-day moving average, they consider it's a bear market. Above, it's a bull market. So that's Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, so it all depends on Ethereum. So it all depends on Bitcoin. So this is a daily chart. This is the 200-day moving average for ETH, and it's sitting around 32,056. So if it comes back down there to retest, yeah, so we might see a bit of a drop, like a 15% drop. It'll just get there. And in the past, we've seen it drops below this line and then came back up, and then dropped back to retest and then went a lot higher. So now we are having a healthy correction, I would say. There's no problem. Even for Bitcoin, we are having a healthy correction. Like this is the way. Like just because we got into the market, it doesn't mean the market has to go up like crazy. Like I mean, the market does whatever the market wants to do. So a great time to accumulate for long term. There's no doubt about that. Even Ethereum, 10 to 15,000K for Ethereum is easy by next year, mid next year. If we see like say Santa Claus rally, and then January tend to be like a really good month for Ethereum. We wait and see. If Bitcoin is not going to do, if Bitcoin drops below 200-day moving average, and if the Bitcoin price is struggling, then we might not see much of a pump for Ethereum either. So this is the problem. It's the gold market. Bitcoin is the gold market, so it depends on what Bitcoin does. Okay, so as I always mention, I've been accumulating all coins as well. So for example, SLP, it's down so much, right? If you can see here, it's just see these levels. When RSI somewhere over here, we just sell, and as you can see, it's just gone up so much. Now compared to that, this is the other extreme, right? It's gone down so much. Now it's somewhere near 30 RSI. So these are not bad times for us to accumulate for long term. This is what I believe. Even we can look at the MACD. Yeah, MACD is looking okay. It looks like it's gonna just cross soon. Yeah, so and it is does it? Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it has bullish divergence. So RSI is kind of going up. The price is going down, and we can also look at the price against ETH. So same thing again, we can see bullish divergence here. The price is going down. Actually, no, not really. No, not at the moment. But it's been like that for some time. But right now, yeah. So RSI is kind of gone down as well. But the price seems like compared to ETH, as you can see here, it dropped so much against ETH. And now it's kind of like consolidating in this area. So this is the time for us to accumulate. So this is the pump markup, and then this is the distribution, and this is where the accumulation happens. We just accumulate. As you can see here, look at these bigger green bars. So it looks like people accumulating like in this level. And we even like when it dropped, we don't see like green volume candles over here. But right now, because the price is so cheap, we tend to see more green candles. So people accumulating these coins for long term, I guess. And the other coin is Con, and I mentioned this many times. This one has very less coin supplies. It's less than Bitcoin coin supply. It's about like 14 million. So when it pumps, it'll be quick, because people, let's say, got so many buy orders and everyone wants to buy, and there'll be not many coins, so people have to bet like a lot higher prices to like accumulate these coins. So that might make this coin pump a lot higher. So I've been accumulating this one since $300, and accumulated somewhere near 150 as well. I've been DCing it for some time. So these coins, like for long term, I'm going to buy and hold, as long as you can do the same. No financial advice, as long as you have Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? You need to have maybe 50 to 60% in your portfolio in Bitcoin, or let's say 60 to 70% in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then you can accumulate these whole coins. Because if there's Bitcoin drops another 10-20%, these coins will drop a lot harder. So that's why we need to have more money invested in our portfolio in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, these ones like Microcap, Telcoin. Look at this, like it just like I made a double top, sorry, double bottom. So this is really bullish. So it dropped here, and then it came back to this area again. So, and then as you can see, RSI dropped below 30, and then it went up higher, and now RSI dropped below 20, and then looks like in the future we can expect this coin to pump lot higher, depending on what Bitcoin does. Okay, so metaverse. So let's not forget, these coins will be once Bitcoin start going a lot higher, like people will invest in these coins. Metaverse tokens, this is the future, and we don't have much data, so we can have go to probably 4-hour chart. Yeah, so it's holding up really well. Like, so it dropped, and it's holding up this trend line. And look at the RSI, it dropped below. I think recently, like a couple of days ago, RSI dropped to like 17, 18 or so. At that time, I bought some Meta Hero, because whenever I see RSI below like 30, like somewhere near 20, for me, it's a good time for me to accumulate for long term. So I bought some Meta Hero at that time, and since then it has had a bit of a pump from this trend line. So this is a metaverse token. AI, again, I'm holding this one for long term, buying and holding it is again a metaverse token. And Block, this is also a metaverse token. It's on the Polygon matic layer. So I'm buying and holding this one as well. And Radio Kaka recently just dropped a lot. So perfect time, like for me, it's a perfect time to accumulate. So we don't have much data here, but I've seen like clear bullish divergence on this. Even still we are seeing bullish divergence. Price is going down in a massive way, but RSI strength is going a lot higher. So I've been accumulating. This is like a very cheap coin, like, you know, say less than a penny, 0.0024 or something like that. So for me, I don't mind accumulating these coins for long term. Yeah, and then SHIB. Yeah, even this is not a small cap anymore. It's a large cap, right? Somewhere near the rank is around 11 or 12 or so. So this one, it go back to the range. So we discussed this few like weeks ago. You can go to the daily chart. Yeah, so this is the range that we were discussing. So let me just quickly draw it. About 4,500 to 3,500. So this is the range that we were discussing. Like if it comes back to this range, I said I'm going to accumulate. I'm quite happy with what I have right now because I bought it when it dropped a lot. On one day, it dropped like, you know, below 3,000 or something. I just accumulated some at that time. So I'm happy with what I'm holding right now. But, you know, if look, it's just 3391. This is like even below this buy zone. So it seems like it's holding up this support really well. Even during the massive dump on a few Saturdays ago, this one did not drop so much compared to the other coins. So it's holding up really well. And I heard like a lot of Ethereum whales hold so much Ethereum SHIB tokens. So this we might see if we consolidate for some time, we might see like a similar pump. So even these ones for long term, if you want to accumulate, it's okay, no financial advice. So those are the coins that are, and yeah, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, I don't know, last week I think on Sunday I mentioned I've been buying BTC Bull and BTC ETH Bull. These are leverage tokens, so these are, I mean, I'm not expecting anyone to spend more than $100 on them because they're very risky. So no financial advice, but the good thing is, as we know, Bitcoin, if I want to buy one Bitcoin, it costs me like what, 48,000 in USD, right? But you can buy these coins. I think on FTX, Bitcoin Bull, it's about like 5,000. But the good thing is when Bitcoin pumps, these tokens tend to pump, like probably give you like magnified gains, right? If Bitcoin pumps 50%, you probably get like 2-3x from these coins, but they leverage. But let's not forget, if Bitcoin drops, they will drop a lot harder as well. So this is why it's a lot riskier than holding Bitcoin. But if you're willing to risk, like, you know, maybe 5 to 10% of your portfolio, I mean, you know, if you feel comfortable doing that, yeah, you can just accumulate them, especially ETH Bull. When it pumps, it'll be huge. You can buy it under 1,000. If you buy one ETH, it'll be like 3,800. But if you buy one ETH Bull, it's below $1,000 on about $1,000, below $1,000 USD on FTX.com. If you're in my group, I can share the link. You can sign up, and, you know, you can just give it a check. And but this is not financial advice because these are leverage tokens. If Bitcoin drops, this will drop a lot harder. And if you don't have enough experience to see your investment drops by when you trade, or so if it drops by 50-60%, this is not the place to be, because it'll be like, you know, you'll probably be really upset to see, like, you know, your portfolio go down by 50% or so. So this is normal for these leverage tokens. So yeah, I mean, people who say got into Bitcoin and crypto, other altcoins in late 2020, right? They probably made a lot of money, right? So they're in a much better place compared to people who are joining like a few months ago or even early 2021. So, but does it mean like these people are not going to make money. No, like, I mean, we need to wait, right? I mean, that's what we did. I mean, for me, like I got into Bitcoin even in 2017. I just bought and I just wait. Like I waited. I mean, it's not easy to see. I did not take much profit back in the day when it pumped so much. It dropped, but I kept on adding to my portfolio. I DCA whenever I could, and I just waited, right? And then next thing you know, it just pumped back a lot higher, and then it took some profit out, like, make your life easier. But does it mean like that people who join in early 2021 they're not going to make money? No, I don't believe so. You just need to DCA, especially during these levels, right? When market goes up, everyone's worried, oh, I wish I bought it back like a couple of weeks ago. But this is the time you need to actively take a part of on these markets, right? Actively, like, take some money and then buy some coins, like, do a bit of research, like, trying to understand what's happening with the charts. Or you go to YouTube, there are so many videos, there are so many people you can subscribe, you can learn a bit more than the time that you spend on your job. If you spend like maybe 5 to 10 or 10-20% of that time into these markets, I'm telling you right now, and you'll make more money than you make money from your job, like 9 to 5 job, right? That's for sure, right? That's 99% guarantee. Like, this 1% chance might not happen. So this is the time for people to, like, don't just hide under the bed. I know it's not a good time when you see your price goes down by, open up a portfolio and it has gone down by 50-60%. And this is what normally people do. They just hide under the table, and then they're worried, like, and then ask so many questions. And look at our chat group, nobody's saying anything, right? So this is but it should be the exact opposite. What we should do right now, we should be actively discussing what coin I should what should I do in this kind of scenario, and go and look at people who made money from these cryptocurrencies, what they actually did during bear market or during bear trends. They just kept on accumulating, like, for long term. Whatever you buy, don't expect like 100x tomorrow or in a month or two. Buy now, and let's say I'm going to buy a bit of I'm going to get into this market right now, and I'm going to buy and hold for the next 12 months. So if it goes if it doubles, or if it goes up by 2, 3, 5x like in 6 months, that's all we need, right? We just sell and take some profit out. So but I mean, that's why I mentioned many times DCA in the group, like dollar cost average. The question is, which part of DCA we did not understand, right? Either it's D or C or A. It's really simple. We don't need to do anything magical, right? Whenever you have a bit of money, feel like, okay, I'm gonna, of course, like, maybe let's say you have $1,000, like, you could go out there and then spend that on, like, on clothes. You can buy a new phone or whatever, but you have to make a sacrifice. Okay, I'm gonna take some money out. Yes, I had plans to buy a phone, or I had plans to go on a holiday, but I'm gonna dedicate a bit of that, right? And I'm going to invest into this market and see what happens, right? If it goes down, that's you. Yes, like, you made a loss. That's experience, right? And then next time when you do that, you know exactly what to do. If you make money, so it's perfect, right? You just learn something at the same time you made money. So these markets are not. I mean, if you've been playing with these markets for a few years, right? Be an active crypto investor, and then, for, let's say, you hold on to it for a couple of years, man, you can manage any market in the world, right? Because these markets are the worst, right? Because it's so volatile, right? You buy now and you won't be able to sleep overnight, and that's the experience that we get out of these markets. And it's so I know it's so uncomfortable for people to buy right now, and to see it drop by 50%, right? That's not the comfort zone for any of us. But when you keep on trying these periods are very uncomfortable for everyone, but these uncomfortable periods becomes comfortable when you get used to it. That's what we need to practice. So this is the perfect time for you to go through, okay, I wish I bought, I wish I bought instead of saying I wish I bought Bitcoin in 2017, 18. Now is the time, right? Because there's a lot of fear. Everyone is selling, right? It's not a this is not our we are not in our comfort zone. That's the perfect time for us for everyone to get experience in this market, and battle harder, and then you'll have, it's a war. It's simply a war. Even people who bought Bitcoin in 2017 or earlier than that, they know how hard it is, right? But you need to go through it once, and then after that, you don't have fear, you don't have greed either, right? You just play with the market. Markets goes down, everyone's scared, everyone's selling, you buy and you hold, right? And then you just mind your own business. Market goes up, extreme greed, you sell and you take profit and you get out of the market, right? This is what we got to do. So any questions you have, we have a Telegram group, you can ask. We have a couple of admins there, so there are less experienced people there. We have Vic and Chamira. They've been in this market for some time, and they know what's happening. You can ask questions, right? If I'm busy, they will help you out. So guys, this is the time we need to get out of the bed, right? Don't hide under the bed. Get out of the bed, start accumulating for long term, because this is like a great opportunity. That's what I see. This cycle is not over. Another quarter or two, like mid 2022, we'll have a better idea what's going on. So yeah, there's a bit of risk as well, right? That's why we DCA. So I think this is a great opportunity. So let's start DCAing whenever you can. All the best. Okay, so before we stop the session, do you guys have any questions? You can ask kindly. I can quickly have a look at it. Yeah, okay then. Looks like we don't have any questions. Yeah, so any questions you have, you can put it on the group. If you want to buy a coin, if you want me to have a look at a coin, I'll just have a look at it and let you know. But yeah, first thing first, Bitcoin 50% in your portfolio, Ethereum another 20 to 30%, and the rest you can play around with all these all coins, metaverse, large cap, mid cap, small cap, and micro cap likewise. So guys, yeah, so it's been about 35 to 40 minutes or so. I think you learned something out of this session. So thank you all for your participation, and I'll see you on next Sunday at 8 p.m. Sydney time. Thank you guys. See you.
Thanks. All right. Bye.